the media now has become what defines most people. We all want the fancy car, the fancy house, the fancy clothes, because that's what we see. And those are the people who look the happiest, so it's portrayed in a way that it doesn't really show the negative aspect of it as much. Most third world countries, because people try to have and be what they're really not, and they're always chasing something that they're probably never going to get, so they always feel like they are lacking something, like their life is not fulfilled enough. I grew up in Kenya, Nairobi, big city girl. I've been in America 15 years now. I grew up in the city in a little place called Harambe, so I would say upper poor. But it was a beautiful place to grow up. But I moved here when I was 16. We moved from Nairobi to Tulsa, Oklahoma. Americans, the impression of Africa is what is shown in the media, which is usually not in the best light. So in Africa we get to see Beverly Hills 90210 and Melrose Place. So when I landed in Tulsa, that's kind of what I was expecting. Love the diversity. It's such a diverse place. I have so many friends, and all of us are from a totally different country, ethnicity, sexual preference, religion, but that never comes into play. So it's been 10 years now in LA. One of my jobs right now is I promote cultural events. My events are mostly world music events. It's been predominantly African. I like people who just don't talk about it, but actually are about it. Things that I'm working on in my life is to consume consciously. There's so much going on in the world, and we constantly complaining, and I got tired of complaining and actually funding the oppression. Making sure most of the stuff that I buy is going to local economics, people who will use it for their families and to elevate their communities. I got it at a fundraiser for a nonprofit that builds wells in Kenya. What these were, mostly women in the coastal area of Kenya wore these, and they always had a saying. So that a woman would maybe want to, give another woman a warning or a message, and so she would go and get one of these made with whatever saying, and she would walk by the woman and kind of, make sure, like, do you read what this is? This one actually says, Upendo ni nuru ya maisha, which means love is the light of life. The earrings I got at the Joshua Tree Music Festival. Most amazing music festival, by the way. These earrings, they're from Kenya, from the Maasai tribe. I love, love, love Maasai jewelry. It's different, it's funky, and it's also supporting a woman back in Kenya. I make shoes and bags, and that's Ms. Bliss is my line. And a bag that I made. I love vintage stuff, and so I go and get some vintage bags and I bling them out. Like one day I was doing this, the next day I was doing the other thing. One day I was working at a car yard where I was like drenched in oil all the time. Next day I'm in some big fancy, or waitress. I just started making this stuff not too long ago, and I was just around all these creative people and decided to give it a shot, and I really enjoyed it. Between that and the music, those are my two loves. I feel closest to God when I'm dancing. I'm able to just shut everything off when a good song comes and kind of transport myself inward. Unless you're like in LA or in New York or the bigger cities, small cities, people are just so afraid of anybody from another race, from another sexual preference, from another religion, and they feel like they have to protect themselves. And so this guy, like a nice old, like a 60s, 70s Plymouth, and I just kind of pulled, it was on the freeway, like did this like nice ride, and I kept going, and the guy came right next to me and was like, don't ever fucking talk to me. I was just like so shocked, and he actually pushed me off the freeway. He hit my car, and I got into a huge car accident. Somehow I was able to jump from the driver's side or the passenger side in a split second, because I saw the car. It's almost like I saw it before it happened, that it was gonna hit the middle barrier on the driver's side. When the cops came, they were very shocked actually. It's happening in the Congo. It's now the biggest genocide ever. 6 million people dead. It's probably the richest resource country in the whole world, and companies are supporting. Every TV, every cell phone, every computer needs one of the minerals, tungsten, that is found there. We don't really consume consciously, so every second is like, oh, I need a bigger TV this year, but you don't, without really realizing what you being able to get that TV has done to a child. If we make better choices about how we consume and refuse to buy stuff that is manufactured with stuff that is killing our brothers and sisters all over the world, and more of us start doing it, then these companies will have to change. When people hear like, oh, I don't want to do laundry, or 15, 16-year-olds don't know how to do laundry and you have a machine right in the house, it always really shocks me. Because every weekend, before you went out to play, you had to go outside with a big bucket and scrub your clothes. I've seen people live in ways that nobody should have to live. So I totally understand what need really is and what want is. For so long, I kind of believed in something that, you were kind of in charge, but not really. Every time I would fall or I would be injured, it would be, okay, come, let's pray for it. Or anytime my mother thought that I was bad, okay, come here, let's anoint you and get these demons out of you. So it was that life. And then finally, when I moved here and decided to make my own decisions, I realized that I am co-creator of my day. My favorite saying is, if you change the way you look at things, the things that you look at change. And for sure, it started making sense, because the very same situation that I would be angry about, frustrated about, I would just kind of switch how I viewed it and everything would change. I just decided to just be and flow and enjoy life.